Welcome back. This is my third part of the MMXM course, and it's the last. I'm going to go over a real data example of the MMXM and give a bit more details as I'm doing so. So, this is the MMXM I'm going to be looking at, this little area right here. And before you tell me it's it's hindsight, stuff like that, let me show you my mentorship telegram. You can see on the 1st of March, I have it here. There's a nice weekly FEG. I showed everybody the MMXM is gonna start. And these red lines right here, don't worry about that for now. This is Goldbach, aka Enigma, and that's gonna be a separate video, hopefully in the future, because my students are the only ones who have learned Goldbach from me and my interpretation and how I use it, and giving that out for free. Still, I gotta think about it first, but it would be nice to show everybody on YouTube. But going back to what I was saying, saying Algo 1 MMXM Goldbach law has been touched. Algo 1, don't worry about that. But MMXM is the whole point of this course. And then this is my staff member showing his weekly analysis for NASDAQ, and I always give my students a weekly analysis on gold. See, here, XAU, USD time theory, I'm going to make a video on this too. A little bit more in the future. And here is the MMXM completed. Pure Enigma. Anyone who says otherwise is a noob. And this is true right here too. Call over 500 pips from my students. Which other mentors doing so? I don't see any other mentors doing so. But let's go back to the lesson. And of course, if you want to join my mentorship and get the weekly analysis, and I have a full course ready for you, just you can get at me at Twitter or my Telegram at luxpips_fx, and also my Instagram. So X, right, is what it's called now. Insta, tell you. luxpipsfx, nothing else. And please contact me before purchasing my mentorship through WAP, as I'll give you extra instructions. But if you do want to check out my WAP, I do have a free course on there. You can find that on my Instagram and on my Twitter/X. But let's get on to the video. So, I like to start my analysis on the weekly chart. Saying so, I do want to say that daily and weekly PD arrays are best. Anything under is gambling. Because the way I trade, I like to trade for big swings, as you saw in my Telegram. I don't trade 20 pips or 30 pips like other people do. I like to actually trade the market and try to grab the swings, because I'm actually able to. But like I said, we're gonna go over this little price action right here. This is a perfect MMXM right here, perfect for this video. Show it off to you guys. So first things first, got this beautiful bullish FEG right here, as I've taught you. It's a bullish sequence. That's beautiful retracement and continuation. So let me lock this in. Let me change it to this one so you can see the midline a little bit better. Obviously, bias is bullish. Trend is bullish. Has been bullish for a long time now. If you're selling gold, you might be might have to go back to school. So we got that weekly FEG, right? So how do we get in? How do we enter, right? First things first is we need SMT, and we also need the sell side of the curve to form, right? So sell side of the curve is here. I'll lock that in. It's a little too visible, so I'm gonna lower it down. So now you can see sell side curve, buy side curve. What else is very obvious that I've taught you already in the other parts? You guys see the low resistance liquidity run? Very easy to see, right? Not many highs being taken on just pure bearish price action. And it's holding up a lot of liquidity. See, there's even a gap right here has never been touched. So, so let's get on with it. First thing I saw is obviously, like I said, I like to use XAU CHF for my SMT. I think I have it here already. Let's cross on to make sure. So I got this cross. Okay, I do like to make my XAU CHF screen a little bit smaller than my gold, because I do want to see gold's price action a lot more than XAU CHF. I just use XAU CHF purely for the SMT, nothing else. But I'm going to show you another variable of SMT right here that not a lot of people talk about either. And I might be the first to talk about it. I call it advanced SMT. It's when there's SMT, but with the bodies. So, of course, I'm going to show you what that means. So on gold, we can see that this low side of the weekly FEG has been hit, but the bodies barely peeked out just a little bit maybe, and went straight back in. The bodies didn't expand through. However, on XAU CHF, we can see the body on here expanded through. Here's the other thing. Not all the times the market is going to be picture perfect. Of course, we want the very obvious SMTs. Sometimes you're going to have a double bottom like this. But is this the same as this? Obviously not, right? That's what the bodies are saying. The body went through here, but the body did not go through here. So basically, this is SMT, this is divergence. It's supposed to be doing the same thing, but they didn't. So this right here, called advanced SMT. Let me know if another mentor has spoken about this. I don't think anybody has, but I'm going to coin the term advanced SMT. That shit happens a lot, and I've been using it for years now, actually. So, SMT confirmed, right? Oh, I'll do that. SMT, confirmed. Another crazy one that happened through here is this one. Remember I told you SMT can be on both sides of the curve? At this low, check this out. This low and this low. Low, higher low. But for the same on XACHF, we got low, lower low. So like I said, which one's going to be stronger? This one. Gold's going to be stronger. Gold made the higher low, while XACHF made a lower low. That's why in gold you can see a nice, beautiful expansion up. But on XACHF, it had a nice expansion up too. But this one has been going up, giving profit a lot more than this one. This one had to crash down before I had the SMT and expanded. So this is just normal SMT. Like that. So I'm gonna go back to gold and go over how to enter and how to trade this. So if I'm using daily and weekly, I actually like to use the 1 hour more than the 4 hour, of course. It's a lot more detailed. So let me go back. You're gonna see exactly what I've taught you guys in the first parts. So check this out. Here's the accumulation. Like I said before hitting the POI. The POI is what? This weekly FEG right here. Here's the Here's the accumulation. Here's the manipulation leg. And then here's the reversal, the expansion. Distribution, however you want to call it. Exactly as I've taught you. Here's the low, being turtle soup. And then here is the FEG inside of the manipulation leg of the expansion. You'll see it's right through. You can see that it's been tested right here. Tested. This is even nicer, even stronger. This time it didn't come back down, but nevertheless, this is a CISD right here. The order block CISD is right here. You can see that it actually held perfectly right here with the candles. This is also because there's another FEG right here. And then this part right here is the FOMO move, as I was speaking about earlier. So people are going to see this bullish candle right here and buy it and put their FEG, the SL under the FEG. All these acronyms. You can see the order block CSD held perfectly because it has an FEG overlapping. Write this down too. PD arrays together equals stronger. Together, stronger. So you got order block CSD FEG. Beautiful, no? And the shit is up. Go to 30-minute time frame. Let's see when this low was made. So around here is 8:30, 9, 9:30, 10. Here's the fractal FOMO move and the fractal sharp decline. Straight up, FOMO move. It didn't make such a sharp decline, but it did make a decline. I went straight up. Right here too, you can see the FEGs being made for the buy side curve. So this is happening around the 9 to 10 sweet spot I was speaking about earlier. I'll put 9 to 10. Isn't that wonderful, guys? 9 to 10 right here. The sweet spot. See, I wasn't kidding. The low was made. So what does this mean? Very strong low. Want to be going with this low. I myself like to enter more on the 1 hour. Oh, we're gonna be checking this out. Honestly, the best way to enter here was after the CISD was made. The FOMO has been tried. This FEG right here. This is where your buy limit would be. Now your stop loss is to be at a low. Now this is a 200 pip low. But guess what? This shit, it's almost 1,000 pips. Let's just go back. Let's go back a little bit. Let's go somewhere more noticeable, yeah? Like somewhere right here. He wants to be very, very precise. It's an FEG right here. Get a target itself. Cut around 300 pips. If you really want to target the high, see where was that again? Yeah, just about 1,000 pips. And then check out the SCDVs, right? Check this out. Put on the low, manipulation leg. Put on the high. I think this is the high. This is the high. 2865. 2864. Okay. So it's this one. You can see how around the -1 got accumulation. As I said in the first parts. -2 we got accumulation. It actually hit the -2 SCDV perfectly right there. And then it started a whole consolidation phase. As you guys know too, under consolidations, this is consolidation right here, right? What do you want to do under consolidation? You want to buy. This was a buying opportunity right here. And isn't it wonderful that it actually had SMT at this moment too? And that kept shooting up too. Check this out. At this other low. So we want to, if you have a scenario where you have two FEGs going through the manipulation, you want to use the most recent FEG, which was this one. He said this was perfectly used also. So buy limit FEG, it made a small little FOMO move, and then it made a decline. Stop loss under the low. This also looks like a low resistance liquidity run. See right here, put a trend line through it. If you really want to, in another perspective, go to this high, just like that. As you know, there's liquidity above this consolidation. So targeting the high was valid. Now, so we're gonna have 350 pips for 148, 2.3. But like I said, on gold, you can put smaller lots than the EU. On this, you can put a one lot and you will come out with $3,500. You would probably have to wait a whole week on EU for that. A whole week. I don't know why people trade that. I don't like it. But here's the IFG CISD. IFG CISD. A little bit later, it's an order block CISD. You see it now? Bullish order block, bearish sequence. It's a bullish order block, bearish sequence. It just does it over and over again. Look at that. And it even tested the order block CSD right here too. And guess what? It also has an FEG. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that so much more simple? So much easier to see. If you were in this trade, put out the FEG, put it under an order block, and then target the high, or you target the ultimate high. Perfect, isn't it? So this right here is a perfect MMXM. And it shows everything that I spoke about. Everything. You can even see this bearish PD array. Accumulation, accumulation. Left side curve, right side curve. This is the best type of MXM. When everything is supposed to be going exactly how it's supposed to do. See, all this accumulation in the same area. It made this spooling type of accumulation. Same area too. See how this makes these little tiny candles coming down here? It also made those little tiny candles going up. So no, the market is not random. The market has an algorithm to it. And it's predictable. I don't want you to be predicting highs and lows, of course. But you can see sell side curve, buy side curve. Anywhere in this buy side curve where you can find a bullish entry, you get in on it. Alright then guys, hope this was a beautiful example. It does tie in everything that I spoke about. Hope you guys like the MMXM course. Please let me know how you liked it in the comments, and have a good day.